welcome back to the Guitar Collective. Today we have a very special guitar for you, and that is the 1979 Gibson ES335 TD in a very nice trans red colour. Now you will have seen how great the tone sounds at the beginning of this video, but let's go through some of the history, shall we, of the ES335. And obviously it has some great names to be associated with the guitar, B.B. King being probably the top of the list. People like John Mayer and even Dave Grohl, for example. Now, the ES335, the 335, I can't exactly tell you where that number comes from, but I do know that ES means electric Spanish guitar, believe it or not. And whether that originates from the original kind of Spanish influenced style of guitars, I don't know, but that's where the name comes from, and that's the guitar we all know and love today. So, about the guitar, you've obviously got a solid bit of wood running through the sides with wings of hollow body goodness, as well as the F-holes here, and of course it weighs nothing. I think this one weighs probably about 6.5 to 7 pounds. This one is a Norlin era 1979 one. So it was just after Norlin acquired Gibson, and what you'll see is different is that it has this switch here, which is a coil split. Now, you may think that's kind of a modern day kind of thing, but I was actually surprised when I found this information out as well, because having the coil switch to make it sound like single coils in a semi-hollow guitar, it just adds that little bit extra jazziness or blues kind of style playing if you want it to sound a little bit more like a Strat. This one is a limited run with the tailpiece here, whereas the ones in the a few years after and years before had the stop bar Tune-o-matic bridge. This has got a maple body and a maple neck, including rosewood fretboard as opposed to ebony, which you'd usually see in kind of Gibson customs of this year. So, and of course you've got Gibson tuners as well. So, getting my hands on one of these, courtesy of Oliver, who's been on the channel before, and those videos will be linked at the end of this video if you want to watch Ollie talk about. I think he's got the Avon Rose Morris Double Cut Junior, and of course the pig nose, which is actually quite popular, surprisingly. More about the 335 is that they were introduced as a guitar in 1958, and they've been running ever since, and the design hasn't changed that much at all. The TD in this specific model means thin line, so I haven't actually picked up another 335 before, but it's a really thin body, and of course double pickups, hence the TD. So going back to the coil split. Now, this is a somewhat rare feature. They introduced it in 1977, and obviously this one ran until I think 1980, so this is 79. And so it's a limited kind of 3-year run of the ES335 with the coil split switch that you got here. And you'll see in the playing demo what kind of difference that makes to the sound. So make sure to stick around in the video to watch that later. A few more specs about the guitar. You've got obviously the block inlays as opposed to the dot ones, which you'd usually find on the 335, and personally I think if you were to go with any of them, you would go with the block inlays, and they're obviously trapezoid as well. Whether they're real mother of pearl or not, I can't tell, but I think they are. The fretwork has been worn down, which you'll see in the video, quite considerably. This it's all original. It's currently got 9s on, I think. 10s you'd probably break the guitar, and 7s you'd I think they'd be too light and the strings would end up slipping off of the fretboard. But for its age, I mean, it's a 40-year-old guitar now, if not 50, so the tuners hold up well, it's in remarkable condition, and it sounds really good. So I think the next step is obviously to plug it in and see how it sounds. Okay, so now you've had a quick glance at what some basic sounds are with the pickups we've got here, which I'm not sure what they are. I think they're just normal period correct Gibson pickups, but you can see what kind of difference the coil split makes to the overall sound. Now, would I buy one? Tough one. I think if I had £2,500 to £3,000, which these guitars are valued at, if I was in the market for a 335, I would probably end up spending the money. So a new one is going to set you back around just under that price, but for an investment, I don't see how you could go wrong, especially if one of this kind of quality and this kind of condition where there aren't really any imperfections, there are literally no kind of marks on it whatsoever. Obviously you've got a bit of finish checking here and there, but I think that just adds to the character. You're going to get that on the kind of bodies and the contours that are on these guitars. So in my opinion, if I had the kind of money, then yeah, I would buy one, if I didn't have one already. So if you're looking to actually get one of these or just want to know more about it, then I hope you enjoyed the video. But if you're looking to get one, I'll find one on Reverb and link that in the description if you're actually looking to get one or not. But in my opinion, it's probably one of the best looking Gibsons that they made, and the only one that deserves kind of to have the flappy pick guard here, as it's not intrusive and it just adds to the look of the guitar. And I don't usually say that about Gibsons. Most Gibsons, they don't belong with a scratch plate or pick guard. So it bestows the honour of having the flappy pick guard. So other than just looking at it, I mean, Ollie, whose guitar it is, he doesn't really play it that much, but it does look great against his living room wall. So if you want an art piece, even just for that, the fact that it plays beautifully and sounds amazing is just another plus. So if you just want an art piece, then just go and get one, basically. Things I don't like about it is that the body is massive. The body is absolutely huge, but it's light. You don't notice it too much. I mean, I've been used to playing the sort of scale length that Gibsons are, and the body doesn't bother me. My arm's kind of reaching above it anyway, so. But other than that, if you're used to the size, the sound is great, and it's just an all-round good guitar. I mean, Dave Grohl himself proved that you can play any sort of music on these guitars. The pickups are very versatile. You can go from acoustic stuff, which is actually quite loud, to rock, maybe even metal if you want to go that far. So yes, I hope you enjoyed the video, and make sure to drop a comment, give a like and subscribe, and check out the other videos at the end of this one. Thanks for watching.